Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So I haven't filmed in the last couple of days because we actually decided to take a much needed break. So Sunday we were going to, Tracy and I, we were going to work on butchering some of the geese, and the 2 rabbits that we have since learned were males. So we were getting everything all squared away and all ready for that, and then it started pouring. So we decided, okay, well, we'll end this adventure for now. And then once we got everything put away, it cleared up. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we should go back to our original game plan of butchering. And then it started downpouring torrentially again. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just wait. So it rained really heavily and really, really good on Sunday. Probably for a couple hours. Like, it was like a heavy, steady rain. It started out like as a torrential downpour. Like, it was insanity. Like, the field across the street from us, you couldn't even like see the trees that were like at the other side of the field. Like, it was really cool. It was raining so hard that it almost looked foggy. So it was definitely a neat thing to see. But so we ended up deciding that since we were so exhausted, because like throughout the entire process of moving here, I have been working nonstop pretty much since like the beginning of March. That's when we found out that we were going to be getting this house and everything. So I had a lot of stuff to pack up, a lot of stuff to pack and move, and garden fences to take down, animal fences to take down, all these different things that I had to do to get ready for moving and stuff. Because the closing on this house, it actually was only like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that, because of the fact that you couldn't get a loan for this place, and that was why we sold our house in town, was so that way we could do it debt free. But anyways, my point is, like, I've been going non-stop since we made an offer on the house, since it got accepted. And honestly, like, I'm completely and utterly exhausted. The only reason that I've been able to keep going this much and for this long is because I have always been a workaholic. Like, anybody that's ever worked an actual, like, real, like, legitimate job with me knows that I'm, like, always constantly going and stuff. But so yeah, Sunday we were basically just completely and utterly energetically tapped out, because last Sunday we had a market. Well, last Saturday we had a market, then Sunday we had a market, and then Wednesday we had a market, then Thursday we had a market, then Saturday we had a market. So it was one of the 4 market weeks, and it honestly about kills us doing that and stuff, because it is such a big production, like, energetically, to get all of the bread going, get all of the dough going, get everything going, and all the animals taken care of so we can leave, on top of maintaining a garden, doing preservation stuff, and doing all the things. Like, it is a massive, massive undertaking that we are doing. So with that being said, we then also took Monday off. We didn't take it off all the way. I did do some canning yesterday, and Tracy had some errands to run. And then we did meet up with my mom. Me, Tracy, and Willie met up with my mom for dinner and stuff. So, I mean, we weren't home. We weren't able to really do much here and stuff. So it was nice to actually take, like, a legitimate second day off, like, to have, like, a normal type of life. But with that being said, now that today is Tuesday, that means that we're back to the swing of getting ready for the farmers markets. Like, I have to tonight make dough, but I still have more canning stuff to do. I have marinara sauce that I'm working on making and stuff to put in the pantry. I have garden stuff we got to do. We still have animals to butcher because that didn't get done on Sunday, and Monday we didn't have time and stuff. And we have other things, other errands that we have to run to do today. Like, Tracy today right now is actually at the feed mill getting more feed, because that was another thing that we were going to potentially do yesterday. Didn't get time to before it was time to leave and stuff. So it's like a constant whirlwind of trying to slow down, but at the same point forcibly having to speed up, because, like, since we took 2 days off, now we basically have to punish ourselves for taking time off by working extra hard today and getting extra stuff done today and stuff. And that's kind of like how my brain works, is why take a day off when I know that if I get it done today, then I don't have to do it tomorrow and I can be free tomorrow. But it's like this whole catch-22 thing of I am hiding underneath of a tree right now and the geese can somehow see me. Like, I don't even think that you guys could even pick up. Like, there's the turkeys and the geese are like way over there. Like, I'm on one side of the property, they are on the other side. That is how noisy the geese are. Of course, now that I'm saying that, you guys probably can't even hear them. But they're very, very noisy, very intrusive, and honestly, quite annoying. But anyways, so that's how my brain works is, like, if I take time off today, then that means tomorrow I'm going to have to work extra hard. And so if I take 2 days off, then that means that I'm going to have to work an insanely amount harder just to catch back up. But like with the lifestyle of homesteading, the work is never done. Like it's never done. Even if we didn't buy a fixer-upper, even if we bought a house that had already been a homestead, you know, it wasn't 75 years ago that it was a homestead, like it was within the last 2 years a homestead and stuff. Like there'd still be just so much that needs done. Like when we lived in town, I was constantly busy. Like we had 0.28 of an acre and I was constantly working on stuff, you know, besides doing like normal homemaker tasks of, you know, laundry, cleaning the house, dishes, you know, those sorts of things. There was also doing the yard work, maintaining the yard, maintaining the garden, preserving the food, cooking the food, you know, doing all this stuff. Like to be like a legitimate homesteader, you basically just have to be one of them sick and twisted individuals that just really likes to work. Like that's all there is to it. Like it's such a weird thing that you quit the rat race so you can live a slow and steady, simple life. But that slow and simple life is basically working yourself to the bone. Like it's kind of strange and stuff. Like once we get some systems in place, like we won't have to do them again for a while. Like with boating rabbit tractors and stuff, with me getting that rabbit tractor done and stuff, like that allows us, so then that way I don't have to boat it again. But once I get those 2 rabbits taken care of and processed and put into freezer camp, then we're going to move the chicks out of our house that are in our living room that we hatched out into that tractor. So then that way the chicks can be outside. So then inside is more peaceful, more quiet, less messy, less work that I have to do inside and stuff. So then we can work on putting stuff away. Because the whole entire time that we've owned this house, our incubator has been going pretty much steadily the entire time. Like once we landed here, we put duck eggs in the incubator. And then we put quail eggs in the incubator. And then we put chicken eggs in the incubator. It was just like as soon as one was done, next one went in, next one went in, next one went in, next one went in. Well, today, when Tracy was checking on the quail, the original quail, not our new ones, they did start laying though, by the way. So that's kind of cool. But so when she was checking on the original quail, she noticed in the bottom pen, which is our oldest pen, they're only like a year and a half old. They hatched out January of 22. So not that old for, you know, any sort of animal. But so when she was checking on them, the rooster that we had in the bottom pen, he was dead. So now we're back to the cycle of, well, we should probably hatch out more quail and stuff. The quail, we do use them for as a meat source, but our favorite thing to do with them is to make pickled eggs. Like we love pickling their little quail eggs. Like they're really super awesome and stuff. So we're planning on hatching out more quail because of the fact that we are down a rooster, and we had already, due to the dog taking, you know, the quail escaping and then the dog killing a bunch of the quail. Turns out almost every single one that he killed 6 quail, 5 of them were roosters. So we were only left with presumably 2 roosters for the whole, there's 14 of them, and only 2 roosters. So it was a perfect, he couldn't have done a better job and stuff in terms of like sexing them and stuff like that, which is weird because even as a human, it's really, really difficult to sex them. But anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. But so we had already talked about, prior to finding Cinnamon dead, we had already talked about potentially hatching out a few more quail and stuff to, you know, for meat, and then also for excess eggs, so that way we can put a lot of pickled eggs in the pantry, because that is a snack that Tracy and I will gorge on. Like we'll just have pickled eggs for lunch and stuff. And you know, when you can fit 2 dozen pickled eggs in a pint jar, that tells you how small they are and how many you need to like satisfy your belly and stuff. So that's basically what we want to do, is to be able to have as many pickled eggs for lunch and salads and stuff as we want to. We don't have much impulse control, so we kind of, it's either all or nothing with us, so that's kind of how it is. But yeah, and then today also, it's kind of hard to want to be outside because the people that live behind us and kind of beside us, their property like circles ours on two sides. They are getting logging done, so it's been incredibly noisy the last 2 days. Like yesterday, they were logging back there, and then today they're also logging back there. So it's definitely one of those days that when you're outside, you want to put headphones in and just sort of tune it all out because it's quite a noisy, intrusive day. Yeah, I have a lot of sensory issues like with hearing and things, so I don't like being outside when it's really noisy. It's part of why I hide from the geese, because they are just so incredibly loud and noisy that they just distract me from ever talking or thinking or living. So yeah, we gotta definitely downsize the amount of geese that we have. But so I'm gonna hop off here so that way I can get the marinara finished while Tracy's gone, and then I can get things prepped and ready to go. I'm not sure if we're doing animals first today or if we're running errands first. I'm not really sure. The boss has not told me that yet. But yeah, so if you're enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel to help us to grow, and also just so that way you get notified whenever we post a new video, because we are constantly working on making this fixer-upper into our absolute dream home, and this farm also, just revitalizing all of it and getting up massive amounts of trash. Like, apparently all the people that have lived here in the past did not know what trash service was or a dumpster. But, that's how we got it for what we got it for, I suppose. But yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.